So good morning and welcome to a very wet Monday morning in Trinidad and Tobago. Some heavy rain overnight. You can take a look at Arapita Avenue. The road, definitely wet. And be careful, people, because, usually when the road is wet, you can pick up an easy skid, things like that. So just be aware of that. So good morning and welcome. Good morning to all of the regional viewers, everybody watching us internationally. Those of you on social media, good morning to you guys, and YouTube and Facebook and Tego and, all of the viewers that we have on the respective online platforms. So this weekend was a very interesting weekend. Brazil are out of the World Cup. And, look, they never beat Norway, so we should not be surprised. So Brazil is out of the World Cup after going out 2-1 to Norway. It really wasn't that close. Norway run all over them. But I keep telling my partner and them, that Brazil side not good. It's not good. That Brazilian team ain't good. You understand? So, they Philippines yesterday, all the Brazilian supporters, they're out. England and Mexico though. England and Mexico last night played, in my humble view, the best game of the tournament. That game was, after the Portugal-Croatia game, that England-Mexico game last night at the Azteca was, good boy, that was our game. That game had every single thing you could think about in it. Drama, right down to the end. I don't know what Kwanzaa was thinking though when he made that challenge and got that red card. You done 2-1 up. You know what I mean? I do understand it. So there were penalties both ways after that. Eventually the game ended 3-2. And that is the first time in 13 years that Mexico have lost at the Azteca. They've only lost twice, ever, in competitive football at the Azteca. So it's a place that a lot of teams have been to, and they could not conquer. England did it last night, though. And I told you all at the start, this is England's World Cup to lose. And if you watch that game last night, you will have a good idea as to why I've been saying that. Now, they have a little problem where he didn't pick a backup, like he had no backup for the right back position, and that's why Kwanzaa was playing there. But I don't know why he didn't pick Alexander-Arnold, but I don't know. Tuchel probably knows what he's doing. I don't know. But for now, he had to play with a makeshift right back, which did not work out for Liverpool whole season, so I don't know if it's going to work out for them. But England will move on and play Norway. And today we have a big one at 3 p.m., Portugal, Spain. Whew. I tell you, the thing heating up. Portugal and Spain in the quarterfinals. No, sorry, the quarterfinals is wrong. Wrong as 16. It's wrong as 16 still. They're going to take on each other, boy. That should be a hell of a game. All right, that Portugal-Spain game, I will be glued to my television at that point in time. All of this is here. And then the United States and Belgium, they will play the final game in the round of 16 at 8 p.m. That'll be the United States and Belgium. But Portugal, Spain, that is going to be a big one, a big clash at 3 p.m. All right? And just to note some of the other games over the weekend, France got by Paraguay 1-0, a penalty. But Morocco defeated Canada 3-0. And then Brazil went out to Norway 2-1, and Mexico lost to England 3-2. So we'll see how the other games go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and I'm missing 2 more. Right, then you have Argentina, Egypt, and Switzerland, Colombia. That'll be on Tuesday. This is it heating up, boy, it heating up. Only watch that Argentina-Egypt game. It's going to be an interesting one as well. Let's get into the headlines this morning. And as we get into the headlines this morning, we're going to see that education reform must include special needs learners and autism advocate urges. All right, so as the government moves to introduce a continuous assessment component for primary school students, an autism advocate is urging education officials to ensure that the new system is designed to accommodate children with autism and other learning disabilities. Founder of Support Autism TNT, Dr. Radhika Mahes, said while she supports efforts to move away from exclusive reliance on the SEA, the reforms must address long-standing inequities faced by neurodivergent learners. And her comments come as Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlatt confirmed that the Ministry of Education has finalized plans to rule out the CAC from the new school term as part of a phased reform of the primary school assessment system. The ministry said the new framework is intended to reduce the high-stakes pressure associated with the SEA by spreading assessment across multiple years rather than determining secondary school placement based on a single examination. Officials said the approach is expected to provide a broader picture of student performance, consistency, and progress while reducing anxiety linked to one-off testing. I think this is good. I don't know about the rest of you, but I think this is good, and I think we have spoken enough about this SEA exam in all quarters and different times that I've been here on Breaking Dawn, and this is the first time that we're actually seeing a move to actually move away from it and adopt something else. And I think that's the proper way to assess a child, right? As they say here, it's across multiple years of performance rather than this one exam, right? So we'll see how that rollout goes, and we'll see how they treat with it in terms of that reform for the education system. But I welcome that because I've always said the education system needs restructuring, and maybe this is the beginning of the type of restructuring that I have been thinking about or hoping for. Venezuelan man killed in shooting outside of a penal bar. A 23-year-old Venezuelan national was shot dead, and another Venezuelan man wounded in a shooting outside a bar outside a bar in Penal during the early hours of Sunday, just meters away from the Penal police station. The deceased has been identified as boy, I will pay all in the back if you can pronounce our first name. Jhoskueiner. Raphael Courtois, or Courtois. I will go with Raphael Courtois, all right? Because you see our first name there? I don't even know where to start. Anyhow, so the deceased of Dookie Street, Penal, apparently, police identified the injured man as Thomas Wills Kiada Guaraguta, age 32, also a Venezuelan national. And according to a police report at about 2:25 a.m., officers on duty at the Penal police station heard several loud explosions coming from Clark Street directly outside the station. Moments later, a man known to police reportedly ran into the charge room shouting that someone had been shot at a nearby bar and that others had been wounded before fleeing without providing further information. Officers rushed to the scene where they found Alexander lying motionless beneath a shed near Sips and Chill Bar on Clark Street with apparent gunshot injuries. All right, and they also found the wounded, the other guy who was wounded. He actually had a gunshot wound to his right thigh. Is what? Huswener? Huswener. I don't even know if that's the pronunciation of that name. I stay far from it. In other news, top results despite poor facilities at Sando Central. Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlett has pledged to make long-awaited repairs to San Fernando Central Secondary School a priority after the school's principal revealed it has maintained outstanding academic results despite years of inadequate facilities. Addressing the school's graduation ceremony at the Southern Academy for the Performing Arts on July 2nd, Principal Cindy Khan said the school achieved an average of 86% full certificates at both CSEC and CAPE examinations between 2020 and 2025, despite students and teachers contending with overcrowding, a shortage of specialist classrooms, and teacher vacancies. All right? Now, I want you to keep in mind that this is the San Fernando Central Secondary School. Just last week, I was having a discussion with X on our radio program, Off the Record, and we were talking about college, secondary school, and the fact that most people, if not, about 99.9% of parents, when children taking SEA exams and that kind of thing, they will put down the college and the convent first, right? And I was making a point that there are excellent teachers at the secondary school, the government secondary schools. It's nothing wrong with the standard of teaching at those schools. When you look at Mucurapo, they used to call Mucurapo the University of Mucurapo. And I can tell you real brilliant people come out of Mucurapo, Senior Sec. St. James Sec is another school. Brilliant people have come out of St. James Sec. So it's not to say like these schools are schools that underperform, you know. These schools are, the level of teaching and everything there, I would say second to none. You understand what I'm saying? So, but we always have this concept that college and convent is the way to go, and everybody wants a child to go to a college or a convent and things like that. But there are secondary schools that do perform outstanding, you know. So, something that's to take into consideration. What else we have, boy, in the news? Sobas urges solidarity as TNT ramps up aid for quake in Venezuela. Venezuela twin quakes reshape Cedra's coast, UE confirms. TNT CARICOM tensions loom as leaders meet in St. Lucia. And the story that we will start with when we come back from the break is the steel band clash with police at the band launch, a tri-band launch, which led to arrest and hospitalization. We will get to that and see if we can get some clarity on what the hell went on at that particular, during that particular situation, because yesterday morning, I was heading down Mayaro, right? And as I heading down Mayaro, I got a couple calls. People asked me about what went on with Silver Stars and the police. So I said, well, I don't know because I didn't check the papers and things yet to see what is going on in the world. I headed down Mayaro, right? Because I gone down Mayaro, I'm looking for a nice little place for the Easter weekend next year now. So I gone down there and I was looking and searching and, you know, trying. I went and see a couple places and things. But anyway, I hear about this thing with Silver Stars because no tri-band launch was Saturday, right? And then I hear all this bacchanal breakout with the police and them, and there's a CD footage there. But we'll get back to that, and we'll get to that story after the break. All right, 21 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock this morning. And before we proceed, do not forget E-Nights. We have Dr. Navarro. Well, if his computer is working properly this morning, we'll have him on alongside Dr. Thompson. So if I was Dr. Navarro, I would probably start organizing from all now, right? Try and get your laptop up and running from all now, Panda, okay? But when we return, we will get to that story and more. Diplomatic passport issue is one as well, as the government has taken a certain position on that, and I agree with them. I think if you're not in government, we're doing with that diplomatic passport. But we'll talk about that. So let me just take this opportunity to remind you before we go to those breaks that elders classes, all right? Now this vacation, elders classes is offering 3 exciting opportunities for growth and success. And they have the AI 3-week course where you can gain the competitive edge and learn to master practical AI tools, which will transform your business projects and school assignments. And then you have the CSEC vacation classes, where parents, you could set your teenagers on the right track for the new school term, enroll them in the 6-week program for Forms 3, 4, and 5. And then you have the 7-week conversational Spanish course that Elders also offers. And to get signed up for any one of these courses, just call 627-8632 or 715-5480 and get yourself registered. All right? And SET Viola board. So SET has the Holistic Health Clinic powered by nutritional therapy, and it's drug-free, supplement-free root cause healing through nutritional therapy. It's meant to reverse the disease rather than manage it for the rest of your life. So book an appointment today by calling him on 279-3935 or 761-1952. And while you're at it, he has a wonderful book. It's called You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. You can order the book from him. You could go to Amazon. You could go to Gumroad and get the digital copy, or you could pick it up at RIK bookstores nationwide or Nelson's in Tobago. And with that, we're going to take the first break. When we come back from the break, we'll get into what happened with Silver Stars and the police, and then that whole diplomatic passport issue. We'll talk about that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
True growth shouldn't make you wait. This month, Real Talk Financing is changing the timeline. Get up to 7% interest on a fixed deposit paid to you upfront. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Real results sooner. Call our Central or South branches today.
Portugal, João Neves, Vitinha, Diogo, João Cancelo.
Come on down to the AO World Cup Arena. View all World Cup games live. Located at All Out, 94 Tragrig Road, Queen's Park Oval, Port of Spain.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Are love problems, marriage issues, financial struggles, or business setbacks affecting your life? Pandit Tiwari is a trusted spiritual specialist helping people finding guidance, solutions, and peace. Whether you are facing relationship problems, family disputes, marriage difficulties, financial obstacles, or business challenges, Pandit Tiwari provides personalized spiritual assistance to help you move forward with confidence. Don't let problems control your future. Your solution could be just one call away. Call Pandit Tiwari today. Pandit Tiwari, your path to happiness, success, and peace.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsain between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Feeling distance in your relationship or sensing someone interfering between you and your partner? Connect with Pandit Anirudh, known for powerful and result-oriented love solutions. His effective love spells have helped many reunite with lost partners. If you face family conflict, marriage issues, negativity, or financial stress, his strong mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Cars, sports, careers, food. We men always talk about these things, but not about our health. Did you know that testosterone is responsible for muscle mass, strength, deep voice, healthy hair growth, and the sex drive? With low testosterone, we may not achieve our potential. The good news is that Jameson Power for Men is an excellent testosterone support. Take Jameson Power for Men and perform to your max. Jameson, here for your health.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
You will not deny that this is the maddest place on earth. And we go shout from the top of the mountains. This is the greatest place, our great escape. My favorite space, the maddest place on earth. Would you believe me when I tell you? Better you come and take a sample. A little bit is still a lot to handle, but you can find no other example. You need to fly down to the maddest place on earth. Can't tell no lie.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, people, and it is Monday morning and a wet Monday morning at that. All right, so let's get into the action here and before we get to the phone lines, right? So Silver Stars was actually scheduled to play a Tribes band launch at the end of the whole presentation and so on and so forth, right? So they were the closing act, so to speak. And members were arrested after an alleged clash with TTPS officers. Now, several members of the Silver Stars Steel Orchestra were arrested early yesterday morning following an alleged confrontation with police officers during Tribes Band launch celebrations. And the media understands that the incident occurred around 2 a.m. in the North Stand area of the Queen's Park Savannah, where the steel band had been hired to close the event. According to reports, plainclothes officers approached the band side and instructed them to stop playing. The situation allegedly escalated when one officer grabbed a drummer's sticks and knocked over instruments, triggering a scuffle between police and band members. Now, I must say this as a band man. You don't touch a man, you don't touch the instrument. Tell them police and them at one time. You don't grab no sticks out or no drummer hand, you don't kick over no instrument and them kind of thing. That's real disrespectful. You understand where I'm coming from? You don't do that. The altercation reportedly unfolded near the VIP section, which had earlier hosted several government officials, including Minister of Public Utilities Barry Padarat, Minister in the Ministry of Housing Arnold Roberts, and Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly Farley Augustine. And it is understood the officials had already left the venue at the time of the incident. Now, videos circulated on social media appear to show a chaotic scene with steel pans and stands scattered across the North Stand and several individuals on the ground during the confrontation. An unknown number of Silver Stars members were detained following the incident, while one person was taken to hospital for treatment. Up to press time, neither the TTPS nor Tribe had issued a statement on the matter, and the circumstances surrounding the confrontation remain under investigation. All right, now this is the latest article up to 10 hours ago. And this was the whole melee there in the North Stand. Now, I know the Minister of Culture was there because I've seen some videos with her. She attended the event. And I know that Arnold Roberts attended the event with Barry Padarat, but Barry Padarat also attended the event. I know that for sure, because I've seen video clips on social media, all right, with Barry Padarat at the event and that kind of thing, right? So I don't know what would have started this whole drama at the North Stand, but the pan side is scheduled to, they have been hired to do a job, right? They have been hired to do a job, which is to close the show, which is customary. A lot of FET promoters and things, they usually hire either maybe a TASA group, a steel pan, or a rhythm section to close a lot of their events, right? And the band, of course, would have been playing. It would have been 2 a.m. Now, I don't know the time that the event was scheduled to stop, right? But even if the event is scheduled to stop at 2 a.m., all right? The police don't go to the steel band and tell them to stop. You go to the promoter, right? As far as I know, you go to the promoter, you have a discussion with the promoter, you tell the promoter, well, look, you ask your licenses for up until this time, right? And, you know, everything had to stop. And then there is a whole chain of events that will take place after that. But you don't go to the steel band and just say stop. If you understand what I'm saying. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I don't think that's the right way to approach it if it was a till 2 a.m. event. And then too, even if it's scheduled to go at 2 a.m., oh God, there is discretion that could be applied. Let the band finish perform. They're not going to play whole night. Even if they go 15, 20 minutes over, what's the big deal? But then again, this is me just speculating, and I don't like to do that, as to the reason behind the police approaching the band in that manner. You understand? But I am hoping more information comes out. I do know some people in Silver Stars, right? Who, well, I didn't get on to them yesterday, but because like I say, I went on my arrow, I was thinking I'll come back up the road and the football start, and I really didn't get on to anybody inside Silver Stars. But I'll message my boy this morning just to find out what was the whole drama about in terms of what took place there at the end of the band launch there. All right? But I tell you what, no such thing as bad publicity, right, fellas? So, I mean, another tribe event and another thing to make news. And to the brother in the Brazil jersey, well, Brazil hadn't lost yet. So we know he couldn't have been in a bad mood just yet. Right? You know, I mean, I hope you take that jersey. You can take off that jersey now, Solia. Oh, Lord of mercy. But that was the clash there with the steel band there, the North Stand. And there seems to be, in other news, debate on this diplomatic passport issue. And I really want to, I think there's a whole mad scene going on, you know. Last week, I think it was Thursday or Friday, there was a video that was posted by Stuart Young about his diplomatic passport. Now, I'll tell all you, I really, really think something is wrong somewhere with people on the whole. But if you could give me the headline, the Kamala headline, right? Okay, well, don't pop that yet. Let me get the headline first, right? That is an actual diplomatic passport there, right? So I'm going to read, just give me the Kamala headline now, and we'll get back to that. Right. But I see, right, nice, yes. You can leave that right here. Good. So I'll start with the top headline. So the Prime Minister, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, says there has been abuse of the issuance of diplomatic passports and indicated yesterday that former Prime Ministers Dr. Keith Rowley and Stuart Young will be required to surrender their diplomatic passports. And she said they would instead be issued official passports in keeping with government's revised policy. The Prime Minister was responding to questions from the Express regarding Young's complaint about the decision to revoke his diplomatic passport. And in a video statement posted on social media on Thursday, Young disclosed that he received an unexpected call instructing him to surrender the diplomatic passport issued to him after, I want to listen to this, after he demitted office. Now, to start with, how did you get a diplomatic passport, sir, after you demitted office? How did you acquire a diplomatic passport after demitting office? Because when you demitted office, you became a member of parliament. No more, no less. That's it. You're not minister, nothing. You're not a prime minister or anything like that. You are a member of parliament. You're the elected member of parliament for Port of Spain North. Good. You are now in opposition. And there is no such thing that I have looked through a few things well over the weekend, and I cannot find anything where a diplomatic passport is issued to former prime ministers. So, that's the first question. How did you get a diplomatic passport after you demitted office, as it says here, right? I saw the video as well. He argued that the move amounted to continued victimization. And he said, as a former prime minister, you get a diplomatic passport. It was given to me on the 2nd of May last year. I didn't ask for it. I get a call out of the blue to return the passport. So let's stop there again. You didn't ask for it. So you leave office by your account. You left office. Right? And they just send a diplomatic passport for you just so. It doesn't work like that. So here's how it works. You get a call, the same call you get to return the passport is the same call you just get when you're in office. So you would have most likely gotten a diplomatic passport in September, well, not September, I'm not going to specifically state no date, but the PNM came into power in September of 2015. So over that 10-year period that you were in power, right, and you were a government minister, meaning that every time you travel on the state's business, you would have had a diplomatic passport. And how that passport is acquired is that you get a call, as far as I know, asking you, Minister, would you like a diplomatic passport? Right? Because the option is there for you to acquire one. Right? And once you say yes, the next step is not just that a diplomatic passport is mailed to you, you know. No, it don't work like that. You have to fill out a form. There is a process that you have to go through in order to apply for it. So there is an application process. It's not that you just get a call or you don't get a call according to him and a diplomatic passport is just dropped in your lap. So I'm trying to make sense out of what he is saying. And he went on to say the government was requested by our, responding, responding day before, Prasad Bisesa criticized Young, describing him as a crybaby, as she disclosed that a foreign government had requested a review of Trinidad and Tobago's diplomatic passport policy, saying that, quote, the government was requested by our foreign counterparts to look into the issuance and abuse of Trinidad and Tobago issued diplomatic passports. Upon investigation, it was revealed that 985 persons possess diplomatic passports, despite most of these persons not meeting the criteria for holding these passports. What 985 people in the country doing with diplomatic passports? This is insane. A diplomatic passport gives you specific privileges. So you don't pass through the airport where everybody has passed through. It has a special door for you. You could land in the airport with a duffel bag. That is not required to be checked. There is no security checks and all these little things. You just walk through the airport. So you could be coming or going with anything. Right? It affords you certain privileges. So there are 3 tiers of passports. You have the regular passport, which is what the commoners like myself and the rest of you have. And then, if you're an MP or opposition MP or something like that, you have an official passport. Right? That is the other type of passport it has. And then, for government ministers and those representing the state, and maybe certain other diplomats and so on, you have a diplomatic passport that is issued. But it doesn't just land in your lap just so. There is an application process. So for you to say that you didn't ask for it, you start off there bad already. It don't work like that, as far as I know. And by the way, if it is as you say it is, put up the picture that you had up before. We have the experts split over this thing. Right. Now you see that picture there? That is on the inside of the passport. Right? Right, fellas? So you see where it says, the first one, the bearer, this is what is printed on the inside of it here. Bearer is a minister in the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, if the minister has children, because the children may travel with minister at that time, at any particular time or the other, and they will also tell you that you have to apply for this too. You have to apply for this. So if you have children, you have to fill out form and all kind of thing for them too. Bearer is the daughter of a minister in the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. That is printed there on the inside of the diplomatic passport. So, right? Because they said the same will apply to Rowley, right? So Rowley, as I would have to presume, has not been handed in yet or returned. So I'm stating, if you have a passport, a diplomatic passport, right? And if Stuart Chung has not returned his passport yet, this is all I need you to do. Go and take a picture where that printed and post it up, showing that it says the bearer is a former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Because I guarantee you, there is no such thing. As far as I have seen, a diplomatic passport is not issued for a former Prime Minister. Because what they're traveling to do? What state business they're going to be dealing with? None, because you're a former. So you automatically supposed to go down from a diplomatic passport to an official passport. Right? And then I see the experts now seem to be somehow confused on this issue. I don't know why, because it's a foregone conclusion. If you are not a member of the government, then there is no reason for you to have a diplomatic passport. So in the article saying expert split, the government's review of diplomatic passports continued to stir political debate, with Prime Minister Kamala Persad confirming that former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley will also be asked to surrender his diplomatic passport. Rowley, who is currently out of the country, said he would respond to the government's decision upon his return. Persad Bissessa's announcement came a day after former Prime Minister Stuart Young revealed he had received an unexpected call instructing him to return the diplomatic passport issued to him. The Prime Minister said the review followed concerns raised by Trinidad and Tobago's international partners, blah, 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 blah. Political scientist Dr. Vishnu Raghunath said he saw nothing unusual about requiring former office holders to return the documents. Right? He said, quote, "My thinking is if you are in a job, when you finish the job, you are required to hand in everything else that comes with that job. And one of the things that you're required to hand in, I am assuming, is if you had a diplomatic passport, you hand it in." Now he's assuming. He also suggested Young's recent overseas engagements may have been influenced by the government system because he'd been traveling. Remember, he went out to Venezuela and all kind of thing, you know. You are an MP. What you going down there for? You are not representing Trinidad and Tobago or the state. You're not a member of government. However, former Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Amy Brown said the policy governing diplomatic passports has always been determined by cabinet and can be revised at any time. Right? Well, yes, but you cannot abuse something like that to the point where you have 985 people having diplomatic passports in Trinidad and Tobago. Who are those people? Those 985 people. We have 26 people, well, let me say 26 or 28 people in the parliament, counting Tobago too, right? So you have, let's say, at any given point in time, you're going to have 20-something people representing the state. Those are persons that will travel and be representative of Trinidad and Tobago, the state, the government. They represent the government of TNT. That is 20-something people, right? Then you have all the little technocrats and them might, be offered, I don't know, a diplomatic passport or whatever, or ambassador, this or whatever, right? But even in those numbers, you can't tell me that we have a system that allows 985 people, almost 1,000 people, to acquire something like a diplomatic passport. I don't know. I could be wrong. But what I know I write about is if you could show me, if Keith Rowley could show me, because he said he'll deal with it when he come back, right? So I am presuming he's still in possession of it. Take a screenshot of that part of the passport that is printed bearer and show me where it is printed that the bearer is a former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Show me that. Right? And then I would have to presume that that was the policy. According to Amory Brown, it is determined by cabinet and they could revise it at any time. So I would have to presume that you all change the policy to accommodate for former people to acquire a diplomatic passport, which is insane. All right? So we're 7 minutes away from the hour, 7 o'clock. We're going to take the break and then we'll come back and take phone calls all the way to 7:35. Let me get your thoughts on this. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Zambrano's Learning Academy. We are more than just a preschool. We are a family-oriented early childhood center where children are loved, nurtured, and inspired to grow. We'd like to think of ourselves as a safe space. From the moment a family joins our community, our hope is that they feel welcomed, safe, secured, and truly at home. By cultivating positive partnership, education becomes a journey best traveled together. We understand that every child is unique with their own strengths, interests, personality, and learning styles. That is why we believe every child has potential, and our role is to nurture their curiosity, confidence, independence, and love of learning so that they can thrive both in school and life. Using meaningful experiences, hands-on explorations, and proven educational practices, we create and develop a genuine love for learning. Our goal is to help children become confident, capable, independent learners who are prepared for an ever-changing world. We focus on developing the whole child by supporting not only academic growth, but also social-emotional development, problem-solving skills, resilience, and character. Most importantly, we believe that when children feel valued, connected, and understood, they thrive. Enrollment is ongoing at this time. You can contact us at 689-1345. We invite you to experience the warm partnership and sense of belonging at Zambrano's Learning Academy.
True growth shouldn't make you wait. This month, Real Talk Financing is changing the timeline. Get up to 7% interest on a fixed deposit paid to you upfront. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Real results sooner. Call our Central or South branches today.
Hey yo, this is yours truly, Michael Pleasure here, bigging up Generations of Steel, Dean Gulston, big up yourself. July 11th, Queen's Park, Savannah. So get your tickets, come out, that we have a good time. Generations of Steel.
The countdown has started for a glorious night of sweet pan music in Generations of Steel. This Saturday, 11 July, at the Mecca of Steel Band Music, the Queen's Park Savannah. Featuring Desperados,
Shell Invaders,
Massey Trinidad All-Stars,
First Citizens Supernovas,
and the Pride of the South, Fun Clear, plus their talented youth bands. This Saturday, 11 July,
at the iconic Grandstand, Queen's Park, Savannah.
Showtime, 6 p.m. till 10:30 p.m.
Coolers allowed.
And hear this one, 2 persons on 1 ticket for only $350.
The quadraphonic tickets admits 4 persons for only $600.
The single pan tickets cost plus only $200. Additional $10 off for online purchases.
Children 12 and under, accompanied by an adult. Admission is free. Presented by Super Pan Man, Dane Gulston and Friends. For more info, call 732-3402.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
Big sale event at Salinas and Sebastian's. Graduation, prom, weddings, Father's Day, or just stepping into your next big moment. We've got you covered because Salinas and Sebastian's, it's more than a suit. It's the perfect fit when it matters most. From the boardroom to date night, look sharp, feel confident, and show up ready. And because value matters, now is the time to dress best for less. Enjoy 25 to 35% off special suits and create a look that's uniquely yours. Complete the look. 35% off dress shirts. Up to 50% off selected dress shoes with any formal purchase. Sneakers. Buy one, get one free. Or buy one and get one half price. Ladies, 25% off selected dress shoes for your special moments. Dress for the moments that matters most. Salinas and Sebastian's, located at Gulf City Mall, upper level. WhatsApp 715-9533.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career, Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be. Some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals. Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Are you tired of managing symptoms without understanding why your body is breaking down? Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic provides consultation and re-education sessions followed by nutritional therapy programs designed to address the root causes of chronic disease. The clinic works with clients in Trinidad and Tobago and internationally, helping people rebuild the body through correct nutrition, not drugs, supplements, herbs, detoxes, injections, or quick fixes. Setwayo is also the author of You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished, a powerful health book that has been the top-selling book on consignment at RIK bookstores nationwide every month since entering the stores. If you're struggling with cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, autoimmune issues, fertility challenges, digestive problems, or other chronic condition, book a consultation and re-education session today. Purchase the book at RIK bookstores nationwide, Nelson's Bookstore in Tobago, Amazon, or Gumroad. Visit setwayoclinic.com or call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, rebuilding the body, reversing disease through nutritional therapy.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
All right, people, so we're back, and just before the break, I was speaking about the diplomatic passport issue and the issuance of these passports. Now, just to remind you, some of the privileges is that, diplomatic passports grant senior government officials and diplomats official state recognition, facilitating foreign travel and security, and core privileges typically include diplomatic immunity from local prosecution and lawsuits, expedited entry via diplomatic channels, tax and custom exemptions, and visa-free access to many countries. So, once again, senior government officials. There is no way that anybody who has demitted office is supposed to be in possession of a diplomatic passport. And if I'm not mistaken, he went to an energy convention somewhere, and probably traveled on that passport, And that's probably why it was waived. Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Yeah, morning. Stefan, this matter with the diplomatic passports, and I keep hearing people saying how the government is 20-something people, and one of the things I always remember, and that's an elementary thing, is that opposition members are also members of parliament.
Yes, but they do not represent the state.
That's a standard thing. Of course, they you see, and that is the problem. Some of us can't wrap, because if it is persons don't have information of what constitutes the government of Trinidad and Tobago, that is something to go and read.
Who represents the government of Trinidad and Tobago, caller? Who represents the government of Trinidad and Tobago?
Right.
Who is the government of Trinidad and Tobago?
If you're a member of parliament, the government consists of the letter of the law says that government consists of all the members of parliament.
No. Which ministry does Camille Robinson Regis represent?
Right. So
I'm asking, hold on. I'm asking you a question. You just said that the government is represented by all members of parliament. I am asking you a simple question. Which ministry of government does Camille Robinson Regis represent?
Stefan, you know that that person don't hold the office of any ministry. You know that.
So how they representing the government?
I just called to share Listen,
I'm asking you a
according to my opinion,
question. You calling, you just calling and you just make some idiotic statements at times. You just said that all 41 members of parliament represent the government. That is what you said.
But they are members of parliament.
But they
You
do
can't
not
dispute that.
represent the state. They do not represent the government. They do not represent the
And if you say that-
cabinet.
And representation isn't.
They,
if you want to say
oh
they don't
Jesus
represent, they don't
Lord,
represent.
here what happened? Next call. I
agree
never
with
would.
you.
All right, yeah. I never would all that. You see that level of idiocracy this morning. I just asked you a question. I don't have time to waste this morning. You saying that all 41 members of parliament represent the government. That is the dumbest thing ever. They make up the parliament. As in members of parliament. They're all members of parliament, meaning they have all been elected by their respective constituencies to be their representative. Opposition members do not form part of government. Look, I ain't able with all of that, you know. I'm on a short fuse this morning, I ain't get much sleep. No, I'm telling you, that's, oh God. You trying to make a point where you trying to tell the whole country that an opposition member is a member of government? And I simply ask you, what ministry of government does someone like Camille Robinson Regis represent? And your response to that is, but Stefan, we all know she don't represent no ministry. Then how she's part of the government? Morning. I don't have time with that nonsense this morning.
You see why I had to disagree with Francis Passad when he said that we need better student instead of brighter student. Man, we need a lot of brighter people in this country. Let me tell you something, Stefan. Me, I want to have too much time to waste with diplomatic passport and things. That should be straightforward. Everybody who does a job and they get what they need to do the job, when they resign or they leave the job, they're supposed to return it. Talk done. We didn't supposed to have no discussion on that. Every single person who have diplomatic passport that doesn't belong to serving the government supposed to return their passport. That's it. Let me tell you something. We're really different in Trinidad and Tobago compared to other places. With that situation would take place with the PAN issue and thing there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. When you hear 2 o'clock is cut-off time, you would swear that current gone, 2 o'clock is cut-off time, we winding down and we go take our 15 minutes and our last lap and all this kind of thing again, That's what is always. If you notice, many of the fests that you would go to and you would always see police on the stage trying to tell the people, okay, it's cut-off time now, it's cut-off time now. That a culture that we have, that we feel that, remember these police officers there since these things start, standing on their feet, hoping that, hey, when this thing will end so I could leave and go home and to my family and thing. And then when you hear people come now and jump out and say, hey, give me our last 15 minutes, our last 30 minutes and all kind of thing, and just keep on going and going and going.
No, we don't know if that was the case. I know you're speaking in general, but you're talking but I don't know if that is the case with this situation.
No, because what we heard is that when the police approach one of the PAN man to tell him, hey, ease up now and come down and thing, he take the PAN and throw it on the ground or some kind of thing because they didn't want to stop. And that way escalate into this. But all you sort out the technical difficulty you had last week on your program?
You're talking about?
No, because last week our voice came across your program and said that Brazil going to win the World Cup. So I didn't know if you sort out the technical difficulty. Because me and I was taking
I think they sorted out. I think they sorted out. Yeah, no problem.
They sorted out? Yeah, well, I believe it sorted out yesterday. Okay then, take care. Like
Yeah,
I
man.
say, Morocco again.
Don't see. Hey, Warren.
Morning, Stefan. Morning, Stefan. I just had a laugh this morning. Stefan, but there are some people, you see when they tell you 1 and 1 is 5, you just leave them alone. That man sounds so dunce, I telling you this morning on national television. Because you asking him a very simple, straightforward question, Stefan, and he want to go all around the bush. I just try to figure out some of these people, straightforward question you're asking them, very simple yes or no, and they could never answer, Stefan. Look what
My-
I'm listening.
Yeah, man, no problem. My simple thing to that guy, right? Just in educating you. If it is, as you say, that the opposition and the government, all members of parliament does form the government, why do we have elections? You understand what I'm saying? Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, you see that game yesterday, evening with Brazil and Norway? Right? The closest Trinidad and Tobago will come to winning our World Cup match. Yeah? The colors are Norway, red, white, and black.
Oh, God. I don't know if it's red, white, I think it's red, white, and blue. I'm not too sure if it's red, white, and black there or not. I think it's blue.
It was close. It was close.
Oh, it was close. All right, no problem, no problem. Yeah, no problem. I tell you. Oh, God. Hey, morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
I asked him some questions this morning, right? Because I see you show me the passport, and you show me what is written in the passport.
Yeah.
Right? But I never seen in one of them things in my life. Right? So, the former Prime Minister said he received your own in May, right?
He said
That what he said?
he said he received it after the meeting office.
So, most likely he had one mark. He's a minister of government.
The bearer is a minister, of course.
Yeah, because remember he traveled over the world with the former Prime Minister. Right, look at here. Bearer is a minister in the government of Trinidad and Tobago, right?
Right.
So, the one he's speaking of on social media, what I stamp? Bearer is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, if he is saying what I am saying, right? If you are saying that you received a diplomatic passport after the meeting office, take a picture, just like how I showing that there. Take a picture.
Right, here, show me this.
Right.
Yeah.
And post it up. And let me see where that passport is stating that the bearer is a former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Because I don't know about any such type of passport existing, for a diplomatic passport, where they issue it to a former Prime Minister and stamp it like that.
But Dr. Oli have a diplomatic passport, yes or no?
He apparently he's in possession of one because they're saying he would have to surrender his as well.
So I don't believe it are three passport mark bearer is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well,
I hope not.
I don't know about Prime Minister, I could speak to Minister. But if there is one saying that the bearer is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, I'm very sure that would be the stamp on it. But I am saying that I do not have any information in everywhere that I have searched and the people that I have asked where a diplomatic passport exists stating that the bearer is a former Prime Minister. Because he said he would have get it after he demit office.
Well, I know how long he applied or how long it take him to get it, I don't know.
Yeah, but it would not take him 10 years.
No, it wouldn't take him 10 years.
Right,
it wouldn't take him 10 years.
So that's the other question. Because remember, he was described as the Gary Sobers of right. So you're telling me your Gary Sobers didn't have a diplomatic passport from 2015 to 2025?
No. I mean, he was a full-fledged minister. He traveled all over the world with the former Prime Minister, former and
exactly.
He had many ministerial portfolios, yes.
So then he would have been traveling on a
ministry.
And most likely would have been traveling on a diplomatic passport for the last 10 years. So my question is, why are you receiving a diplomatic passport after your demit office? When you were already in possession of one when you were in office?
Yeah, I agree, yes. That's why I confused. I asked him some question now because after you show me what is stamped inside the passport now. I didn't stamp all them things inside of it because I never seen one of that in my life.
And that's just, that's just a logical question to ask.
Yeah, I asked him, I confused too. And the 41 members of parliament is UNC.
Well, apparently.
I go.
Yeah.
Looking so. Right.
Cool, man. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, sometimes I just had a wonder, you know. I just had a wonder, boy. I don't know. Morning, morning.
Yeah, morning, Stefan. To you,
Yeah.
your listeners, and everybody on the program.
Oh, God, don't tell me
Now,
you're
I
a
don't see
Brazilian,
this-
you know. Hold on, Unity. We know each
I'm
other
not
a little
Brazilian.
while.
I'm
I know
a
you just watch
Trinidadian.
football.
I always tell you that I'm a Trinidadian.
So
I am not a Brazilian or a German. I am a Trinidadian. I have nobody in the World Cup.
All right, good. Go ahead. I thought you was one of them
Right.
fellas feeling the pain this morning, but
No,
go ahead.
I don't see this as an important running of the day-to-day operations in Trinidad and Tobago, right? But what I want you to do is ask the guy who just come and talk about labor and thing to explain this part here. What is norms and practice?
The
Is
guy
it
who-
that
The
every-
guy who just come and talk what?
the labor relations thing.
Right.
And the work and-
Narayan Singh. Yeah, go ahead.
I asked him to explain what is norms and practice and how it is becomes a regular thing after norms and practice for a period of time.
All right.
Is it that every time the government change, there is turning the diplomatic passport, or when you go into opposition, you continue to hold on to it? If the government in day allows you to hold on to it. That's what I'm saying. I don't see it as an important issue of the day-to-day operation.
Okay.
Is it norms in practice that when you go into opposition, you continue to hold on to
Not that I know of.
diplomatic passport? And that is it. None of us knows what is norms and practice. The other thing is, she said the issue of diplomatic passport is being abused. And you call 900 and something, but yet still we only talking about 2.
Right.
What happened to the rest?
Well, that's what I said. Who's the other 985 people or 83 people?
And that is my point. How many members of the sitting government who was in opposition at the time, who was in government at the time and end up in opposition, still hold on to a diplomatic passport? I don't know.
Right.
And that's why I start the conversation with norms and practice. Being in a cabinet, being a part of a government, being issued a diplomatic passport, and then you lost election and end up in opposition. Do they take it back from you? Because we never hear about this before now.
Right.
Right? So is it that some of the people who no longer hold office still holding on to a diplomatic passport? None of us knows. So why are we discussing this until the full facts come out?
Well, Let
we deal with how we billing back the economy. Let we deal with how they're still paying justice on time to transport prisoners while we still have courts online. We still having virtual courts, but people still making money transporting prisoners. Why the virtual courts don't happen in the prison itself? Why you have to transport them from the prison to go to somewhere else to sit down to have a virtual court?
All right, we could ask
We've
those
seen
questions.
that.
No problem.
And that is my point. This is not building the economy of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well,
if it's an abuse, let me get the list of names who holding on to these passports and refusing to bring it back.
All right.
Let me get the list of names who the commissioner of police says 17 police was dismissed. But we ain't seeing no face and we ain't getting no names. So those 17 police.
But hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
They released. Hold on. They released all 17.
Yeah, go
names.
ahead.
They released all.
You know where the faces for those names. Them people could be dead people.
Oh God, no man.
If you don't know the name, you cannot confirm that was a police.
There are
if
some.
You don't know the person by name, could you confirm?
Unity, they released the 17 names. Some of them, one of them, I think, responded in a social media post, and so on and so forth. They released
All right, I appreciate this additional information.
Hold on.
I appreciate that, but I want to see some faces with the names.
Well.
Why you can't show the faces?
Well, I don't know.
When a man make a jail, before he's proven guilty, and he go into court, they show his face in the papers. He go into court.
I will find out. I will go to the TTPS page, and I will see if they released any photos there.
Pieces, right?
Right?
I appreciate that. The
If
other
not-
thing is, what I think the man who always labeled the PNM, what I think he was trying to explain is the letter of the law, but he didn't give him chance to make his point.
Even with that, I don't agree.
Well, I have no problem with that. To each his own.
41, all 41 members of parliament do not make up the government.
And they are not cabinet ministers. And according to what you say, Stuart Young said, is the cabinet does decide who have and who do not have diplomatic passport.
Amy Brown said that.
Right, whoever said it, right. So, and that is my point. So they just decide. So when he's saying everybody, it kind of confusing, but I think I hear him say something about the letter of the law, what the parliament consists of, something that I can't remember exactly what he was trying to say. You beat him up bad. You beat him up bad. You beat him up like how Brazil get licks.
All right, no problem. I think Brazil get licks worse than that, but nevertheless. Yeah, man.
Yeah, partner. Yeah.
See there. I'll find out that for you. But you got to understand the power of a diplomatic passport. The power of a diplomatic passport gives you certain freedoms and privileges. All right? Morning. And I would really like to see, just like you're asking, if it's 985 people, just like the TNTech list that the Prime Minister mentioned in Parliament, this protected list, and some of the people who on that list not supposed to be there in terms of private sector people and things like that. I would love to know if out of that 985 with diplomatic passports, if it have financiers involved, if it have people in the private sector involved, because as far as I know, this is issued to senior government officials, people that represent the state and going and represent the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yes, we're fine, thank you. You know, say what I was going to say. The point it is, the reason why they did that is Young himself do it to himself. And he do it for every other, and the other 900 people there. If tomorrow, please God, any one of them come and they take a plane and they go to Venezuela and they want to find out when them businesses are coming down there. Or he might leave and go across or and say, well, look, businesses are coming here, or this one coming here. You cannot have that going on. Young himself caused a problem. You know, the rest of people who had their diplomatic passport, they was grinding. Young caused that. What they're doing with it, you want to take a diplomatic passport and go and damage the government. That is what Young tried to do, and that caused the whole problem. Have a nice day, Stefan.
All right, well, I don't know if that's what you're trying to do. I cannot state that, make that statement, but what I'm saying is, from a common sense standpoint, if you ought not to have anybody that is not representing the state in possession of a diplomatic passport. That's just plain, straightforward common sense. Morning. Especially our opposition members. Morning.
Yeah, morning. I too find this thing about the past thing ridiculous and it's frivolous. I think the girl and her mother who get arrested, it much bigger than this what we discussing here. But
the girl and her mother?
Yeah. How she name now? The Samaru girl who was protesting.
Yeah, but how much time we go talk about that? Or you still want to talk about that?
That was saying. No, that was saying. That's bigger. That is much greater than this with Stuart Young bringing out here. If they have to return it, they have to return it.
Yeah, but how that greater? How that greater?
Well, all right. Well, this is what I'm saying. It's so frivolous, right? So, anyhow, but from the very beginning, what the last caller now mentioned, the caller before the last, is that I think only the opposition member who is Penelope Beckers, I think only her could be considered in a situation like that, because you have to refer to them as the honorable opposition leader. But
does she represent the state?
Yes, she would have to.
She represents the state.
Right.
Hold on. hold on.
Yeah.
I want you to be clear on the question that I'm asking you. Does the opposition leader represent the state?
They do. Kamla Prasad was an opposition, leader, and she made inroads in
And all they're saying this is not a big
as-
issue?
as
All they're saying this, wait, hold on. All they're saying this is not an issue.
represent the state.
And you all don't even have a proper understanding of who represents the government of Trinidad and Tobago?
No. The government, the state, the opposition leader would have a say in. That's why she's the opposition leader. So I'm saying, if anybody supposed to be in that category would be the opposition leader, the opposition, whoever that opposition leader is, and we would, if we go back, we would see where Kamla Prasad Visesa, as opposition leader, made some inroads as the opposition leader.
Inroads with where? With who?
I can't bring to mind right now, but it had things. It had things that she did.
Did she make inroads? Hold on. Did she make? Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
When she wrote to CARICOM, did she make inroads as opposition leader?
She brought things to light.
No. Like you forget she went to CARICOM as Prime Minister and brought up issues where she had written on specific issues to the CARICOM Secretariat and got no reply as opposition leader?
Right.
Why do you think she got no reply?
I think she did so as well with the guy where they went and arrested Barbados. Something with that issue.
But why did she get no reply?
But she did make some representation. And she made the representation on behalf of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
On behalf of who?
Of behalf of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
Right, because as opposition leader, you are the leader of the opposition. You are there to hold the government accountable.
Right, yes.
Good. But you do not travel on state business. You do not represent the state. What ministry is Penelope Beckles? What sector or what ministry of government does Penelope Beckles represent as the opposition leader?
No. We had to go deeper into that as opposition leader. Not any minister or anything. Just as the leader of opposition. Right? So that now things is coming out in the light, we will be able to understand these things better. No, I'm not giving any leeway that they ought to or ought not to have. I'm just saying that the respect as the opposition leader is given, and it was given from day one, as to say this is the Honorable Prime Minister and this is the Honorable Leader of Opposition. They have that title, Honorable.
Oh, so because you have the title Honorable, you should be entitled to a diplomatic passport.
No. The honorable thing to do is don't wait till the people come and take it back.
You
have a duty that you could go and say, well, look, and what I call it, rescind or return, because I don't know if it's a different, it's a separate passport in and of itself from the ordinary passport. But you, whichever it is, you have a duty to, as your honorable, to go and return this thing, or they would suppose to send out a circular and say this is the last time you would use your diplomatic passport for X, Y, and Z, right? But I will find this thing supposed to come out here and now. For what? Because Stuart Young feels he's supposed to be he entitled. He's not entitled to anything.
Mark, say something.
I'm saying he's not entitled to anything.
All right, let me ask you something. You hear me?
I listen there.
How we could receive a diplomatic passport after the meeting office?
Oh, well then, all right. Well then, now, you have to go, as I said before, you have to go deep now to see where, because the apparently the governing government is not accurate with these things also, because it slipped under the radar. So we now have to find out, or they now have to find out, how is it, and how we know he's talking the gospel truth? How we know that? He could be shooting one in the dark. We don't know that for facts. So when we get the facts that he was issued one after the fact, then we will take issue with who is the people responsible for issuing these things. Now, if I am a custom officer in the airport and I see this thing come up to me, and I know for a fact, I would say this is a red flag for me as a customs officer. And
how is a red flag for you as a customs officer?
Yeah, you being a former minister, have a diplomatic passport.
No, that's not a red flag for you. That's not a red flag for you.
But if I have to do my job,
you don't have any job to do, sir, because the holder is in possession of a diplomatic passport. What customs officer? You think a customs officer could stop him in the airport?
Well, that should be so.
No.
He don't have any rights to it. But then he has rights to it then.
Father, mercy, I tell you.
But then he
all right,
has
listen. Soldier, what I'm saying to you, he is in possession of a you see, all they don't even understand the power of the document that all they're talking about. You talking about a customs officer. A customs officer? Which customs officer seeing him go through the airport?
Well, then he could do what he wants with it then.
But like you don't understand with a diplomatic passport?
Yes, we understand what he did.
You don't understand the immunities. You don't understand the diplomatic immunities that has come with it.
Right. So
look,
therefore,
I had to go to a break and get to eat nights. I'll give you 8 minutes and 20 seconds of my time.
That's all right. That's okay. But something slipped under the radar if it is factual that he Stuart Young get one after the fact.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Good Lord of mercy. Fellas, we learning real thing this morning, you know. I learning real thing this morning. I'm frightened to take this call, you know, but anyhow. Morning. Morning.
Hello? The phone?
Yeah.
That the same man who called, man?
No. That different fella.
But both and both are like, right?
That different.
I thought the same man.
They say there's not an important issue to discuss, but they're not understanding
but
the
power.
They don't understand the power of the document that we're discussing, but nevertheless.
He makes no big government for the people in the parliament. Oh, when I see there.
I don't know. I confuse from I don't know.
And what must have on the tribe thing with that Saturday, right? They were going on. The plain clothes is step in person. But I feel them people didn't know there's police. You know, somebody who come up and say, yeah, that was going there.
It could be all of that and too, you know.
Yeah, and them stepping after.
It could be something like that. That is plainclothes police that come up to them and tell them thing and must grab the sticks or whatever and they just in plainclothes. They probably, I don't know, they could have not identified. It have a whole, I want to speculate because they ain't given us no information. TGPS ain't issue no statement on it because like them and even nobody hell went on. And well, I don't expect tribe to issue a statement on it just yet until they get information from the TGPS on what would have occurred and get information from Silver Stars on what would have occurred. So I do expect tribe to make a statement on it. And I mean, the TGPS is the ones that had to clear this up and Silver Stars.
Yeah, but I was the admin too, you know. But but I don't understand this, right, Stefan?
Yeah.
And the police have to be the advent, right? And police have to be the advent, right? So
police have to be at the event, yeah.
So why we have to pay the police to do the work? I don't understand that. That's why I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know that? If all have to be there, why have to pay all to do all the work?
Okay.
Stefan?
Yeah, I hear you.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
I hear you.
Because I can't go on without them, you know.
All right, cool, man.
It didn't make any sense. Yeah. You go bring that pajama with your partner now.
Yeah, man.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. Let me, final caller. Morning. Morning.
Stefan, you know this guy, if you don't know, now you know?
Yeah.
I feel he had to listen to this program to some of these people and them who will be calling this station. And seriously, you know, you talking about a custom officer stop it, a custom officer don't stop it, it's an immigration officer that stop you. You understand what I'm saying there? Then you go through customs. Come now, man, all your man. No, it have plenty people that call you and argue over the station but things that they don't know.
Whether immigration or customs, what he is proposing is that when you produce that you would be producing your diplomatic passport before them, and they could wave a red flag.
But
that don't
people
happen.
like this in Trinidad who don't know the laws and they don't know nothing about what's going on in Trinidad.
The holder of this document goes through a special part of the airport. They're not subjected to security checks and all these little things. So
I know all of that.
You know.
Do you understand? I'm aware of all the laws at Trinidad and Tobago. I'm aware of that. You understand? But it have people who come on this will argue to you down to the bottom and don't know the laws. Neither.
Well, yeah.
And they will argue and continue to argue unless you get, like this man what I just said here, if you know now, you know. That is why some of these people get themselves in problems. You don't know, but you're saying things that you don't know about. Later, man.
Yeah, man. Look, it's really easy to solve the problem, right? The mere fact that this issue has reared its head is an important issue. Because the holder of a diplomatic passport, the power that document has, all do you understand that, you know, that's why people can say, well, I don't see what's the point of me to. The solution is easy. And it is amazing that we have people who are supposed to be intellectuals, right? And they have not put forward the simplest solution, which is an expiry date. That's all. You come into government, you have 5 years, your expiry date is at the end of that 5-year term, right? Now, the problem with that, well, then again, there's one little problem with that is that we don't have fixed election dates, but nevertheless. So it's not like you'll say, like you have a fixed election date and you know election is up to this time and you could stamp it as an expiry date. But nevertheless, the fact that he could say that he got it after he demitted office speaks to, remember, we have been hearing of all sorts of things that was going on the eve of the general election. CPEP contract given out, all kind of document being signed off on, all these things were happening, and it's been brought up by the current administration of several issues. Several things have been brought up to have occurred on the eve of the election. There are even documents that I have heard were signed off on after the loss. That they were still trying to sign off thing to put thing in place to get this one and that. And when you hear a man make a statement saying he received this after demitting office, when after you demit office, you do not represent the government of Trinidad and Tobago. MPs do not represent the government of Trinidad and Tobago. They represent the citizens in the constituency that they have won. They are a member of parliament for that constituency. But they do not they're not representing government business. It is government officials that travel and meet with other world leaders. Hence the reason why when Penny showed up at the UN conference, everybody's like, but what's she doing there? Because she's the opposition leader. She's not supposed to be there. That is for leaders of government. When you have an election, you have a political party that is voted into office. They form the government of Trinidad and Tobago. the cabinet. Right? They are the ones that travel on government business, not opposition members. So the mere fact that we are discussing this morning, and you all do not even understand that simple bracket of who makes up the government of Trinidad and Tobago is astounding, to say the least. So when all you go to vote, all you ensure who all you voting for then, or what all you voting for. I just, you know what I mean? You ought not to have, it's the same thing with the board appointments. When people were told, but why they must change the board? You do not leave a board in place that was put there by a former administration. They are aligned to the former administration's ideology and interest. Politics is ideology and interest. Understand that. Ideology and interest. And therefore, if I am trying to move Trinidad and Tobago in a particular direction, opposition members, not even opposition leader, could have in possession, they get MPs and senators. Senators and all. If you are a senator, you do have a diplomatic passport. You will have an official passport. It is only when you become a government minister are you offered the privilege of having a diplomatic passport. And like I said, that takes a process. So the mere fact that he's saying that he received it after he demit office and he didn't ask for it, well, they put two and two together. But nevertheless. Anyway. And always want to talk about white-collar crime and all kind of thing. But you understand, we have a document here in the hands of 985 people who go through the airport unchecked. Anyway, I ain't casting us, I'm not connected to any aspersion on anybody. I'm just talking in general with the powers that the document gives. Anyway, let me just tell all about Chef here. Chef has the, oh God, where is it? Right. So Chef has the open day, right? So it's taking place on the 16th, 17th, and 18th of July, and it is free admission, refreshments provided, Discover the Chef in You, and academy tours, meeting of instructors and current students, information sessions, enrollment guidance, scholarship and payment plan. All of these things will be available. There's a live cooking demo that will take place at 11 a.m. So give Chef a call on 3724639 or 7375097 and organize with him to make sure that you're inside for the open day on any one of those 3 days available. With that, we're going to take the third break, and when we come back, we'll have Edenites with us. We'll discuss with them, and then we will wrap things up with the birthdays and anniversaries and so on and so forth. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Hey, chegou! Ronaldo! Portugal! João Neves! Vitinha! Diogo! João Cancelo!
Come on down to the AO World Cup Arena. View all World Cup games live. Located at All Out, 94 Tragrig Road, Queen's Park Oval, Port of Spain.
Flooding. Keep hope afloat. Areas vulnerable to flooding in TNT. There are many areas vulnerable to flooding throughout Trinidad and Tobago. These areas require specific flood risk management actions, as no 2 areas have the same characteristics or combination of flood causes. Causes of flooding. Simply, the two main causes of flooding are either natural, such as climate patterns, or man-made, such as land use development and diversion of river courses for water catchment. In general, natural causes cannot be controlled, so it is critical that human activities, especially those which degrade the environment, be properly managed to reducing our flood vulnerability. Riverine flooding and soil erosion. Riverine flooding occurs when a river cannot manage the volume of water flowing through it, or if the water flow is prohibited by a blockage. The volume of water entering the river courses is influenced by rate of rainfall as well as the slope of land. This volume can be increased through land use changes for activities such as quarrying, hillside housing development, and hillside farming. These can remove the natural vegetative cover that gives soil stability. This increases surface water runoff and reduces the amount of water infiltrating the soil. Soil erosion can also contribute to disrupting a river channel's natural flow. Urban area flooding and drainage. Urbanization and improper land use contribute heavily to surface runoff flooding. Areas where land has been completely cleared for commercial and residential building have a high surface water runoff rate, as they do not have many permeable surfaces. These areas rely heavily on man-made drainage systems to remove excess surface water in a timely manner. However, like riverine flooding, these drainage systems can become compromised due to poorly regulated land use and large amounts of improperly disposed of waste. Our drainage systems may also be inadequate for the changing intensity and frequency of rainfall as a result of climate change. Coastal flooding, storms, and high tides. The prevalence of coastal flooding will continue to rise as climate change causes increases in both sea level as well as the frequency of offshore adverse weather events such as tropical storms and hurricanes. Mangroves form natural buffers against coastal flooding. Their aerial roots give increased soil stability, while their overall structures reduce the force of battering waves. Coastline deforestation by mangrove destruction is a major contributor to coastal flooding in some areas. Effective flood risk management for Trinidad and Tobago requires a better understanding of the causes of flooding in our country and taking action to reduce our vulnerability. Check out video 3, where we explain risk and the sustainable ways of managing flooding in TNT.
Before you take your omega-3 supplement, check for the natural products number NPN on the label. This unique code shows that Jameson products have approved rigorous Health Canada testing for safety and effectiveness. Unlike some supplements that carry disclaimers like not approved by the FDA, Jameson omega-3 is the trusted choice, offering 1800 milligrams of EPA and DHA for heart health. Choose quality. Choose Jameson.
Welcome to Antigua Boss. Them people have no behavior, they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Boss. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to massive madadley.
This Saturday, 11 July, the grandstand will rock from the sweet sounds of Generations of Steel, featuring Shell Invaders, Massey Trinidad All-Stars, First Citizens Supernovas, Desperados, and the Pride of the South, Fun Claire. Plus their talented youth bands. This Saturday, 11 July,
at the iconic Grandstand, Queen's Park, Savannah.
Showtime, 6 p.m. till 10:30 p.m.
Coolers allowed.
2 persons on 1 ticket for only $350. The quadraphonic tickets admits 4 persons for only $600. The single pan tickets cost only $200. Additional $10 off for online purchases.
Children 12 and under, accompanied by an adult. Admission is free. Get yours now. Available at islandetickets.com.
At Crosby St. James.
All Kenny Sports.
All Extra Foods Supermarket.
Anthony's by the Park. Tarp Office. Belmont. Bobby's Bar. Curette. Jumbo Foods. Western Union. Tuna Puna. And the following MP gas stations: Mova Junction, Saddle Road, Fable Village, and Tinsley Junction. And all participating bands. Presented by Super Panman, Dane Gulston and Friends.
Supported by CCN TV6,
The Express Newspaper,
995.5 FM,
and the NCC. For more info, call 732-3402.
Generations of Steel. Miss this, you matter what.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715, or visit them at Warrenville, Canoopia. Chic Lisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Feeling distance in your relationship or sensing someone interfering between you and your partner? Connect with Pandit Anirudh, known for powerful and result-oriented love solutions. His effective love spells have helped many reunite with lost partners. If you face family conflict, marriage issues, negativity, or financial stress, his strong mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson, provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
All right, people, so we're back. Now we're going to touch base with Eden Heights just shortly. Let me just mention something very quickly, because during the break, I was getting a lot of information as well, right? So one of the things, as it relates to the diplomatic passport, that needs to be understood, which was brought to my attention from the GM, is that, because he's very familiar with that process as well, Gary Griffith has sent me some messages as well on it. Because, you know, they're watching the program, they listen to the conversation. So let's get this correct. What the GM is saying, and he's right, is that we have to look at the broader, deeper issue of our systems and the immigration, the head of immigration or the immigration department and that entire system that exists. Because when you have a change in government, you have somebody, you have a prime minister debating office, right? So whomever was holding the office of prime minister and they lose the election, they now would have to demit office. And when they demit office, they have to give back PM1, which is the vehicle. You have to vacate the diplomatic center. You have to, you lose a security detail after a particular period of time. So you understand, there are things that are set that is supposed to happen. And the fact that we are a year and something in, or we almost a year into this administration's five-year term, and the issue is being brought up that we have former government officials still in possession of a diplomatic passport, speaks to the failure in the system that exists at immigration. Because this is supposed to be standard procedure where the government has changed and immigration within their systems, they have to recall all of these diplomatic passports that were being held by those who were government officials and are no longer government officials, right? So there is a deeper perspective that needs to be looked at here in terms of our failed system, right, of transition, okay? Now, Gary is also saying, I don't want to take up too much time here with this, but that's, the GM mentioned that and some other things that, you know, if it comes up in the week here as part of the discussion, I will throw it in as well. But Gary also mentioned that the diplomatic passport issue is very easy to solve. You set the expiry date when issued to the approximate end of the term in office for office holders and their families, and that would avoid the hassle. Now, he's talking about an expiry date. He said, however, one of the problems that exist is immigration puts, just somewhere, one of the problems that exist is that visas are placed on these passports. And the problem is that immigration puts a 10-year expiry date on them when the actual term in office for office holder is 5 years or less. And you can't transfer a visa from, you know. So that is one of the problems, but he did suggest an expiry date to the estimated end of term in office, and that's it. If you try to enter with that after that expiry date, then you try to enter the country or as under a diplomatic passport under false pretense, and actions could be taken then. So there are systems and things that could be put in place, but I think this whole thing that is brought up speaks to our lack of proper transitional systems in certain areas, in this case immigration. So immigration, all you have to do better than that. This ain't even an opposition and government issue. This is immigration not doing the job, or having to find a better way in order for that transition to take place. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right, like I said, I don't want to take up too much time with that, but those are the important factors to take away from this entire issue here. And that doesn't just speak to immigration. We know that our systems are failure, a lot of them, right? A lot of things don't work and need to start working. So we have Eden Heights with us, and they are on board with us via Zoom. So we're going to touch base with them right now for the next 15 minutes. We have Dr. talking about systems working, Dr. Navarro is with us on ECR, man. So I would imagine you're buying a new laptop.
No.
No.
I
All
got
right.
it this morning.
All right, so what are we talking about this morning?
We're talking about gut health, the importance of gut health, of course. Okay. No? And just remember, you got to give up your diplomatic passport too, eh?
Yeah. Yeah,
give up yours. Yeah. You play keeping your passport.
Aye.
Yeah.
I have a regular passport, brother.
Just like me.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So go ahead. Gut health, the importance of gut health. The importance.
Yes, well, of course, gut health is absolutely important. For instance, when we do the live blood analysis, that's one of the things that we look at. We look at the congestion of the colon, because, of course, congestion of the colon could cause many issues. And as you know, they say death starts in the colon. All diseases start in your colon as a result of poor eating habits. Now, one of the things that we see is that a compromised immune system, or what we call weakened white blood cells. To put it simple, okay? Right. Weakened white blood cells, once we see that, it means that there is weak flora. Strong probiotics in the gut means that you have strong immunity. 85% of your gut flora is good and 15% is bad flora, right? Now that is the balance that you're supposed to have right through. But of course, because of the processed and refined foods that we eat on a daily basis, we have complications leading to die-off of good bacteria in the colon. And of course, once that happens, your immune system becomes compromised as a result. Okay? Right. And that is something that we see regularly when we do the live blood analysis. We pick up the white blood cells where they are compromised, they're not doing their job. Now, when that's like having a city with no police. So you know what has happened? When they have no police in a city, crime will get out of hand, and and whatever takes place. Similarly, when you have the skin is the first line of defense, and then of course once it penetrates the skin and gets into the blood, then you have white blood cells coming and taking charge and surrounding the bacteria, virus, or fungus and eliminating out of the system, right? That's basically how the system works. Just put it that simply. I don't want to go into too much medical terminology. I like to put it simple so people can understand. So when that happens now, for instance, like a simple thing like drinking particular types of beverages can cause damage to your white blood cells. All right? They can cause the white blood cell count to drop. Not the white blood cells, but your bacteria in your colon begins to drop. And from that area, a lot of people walking around and they don't know, like for instance, when we tell them, I said, you have a compromised immune system, and they may tell you, well, I don't get sick, I don't have those stomach problems. But that's not the issue. The issue is that once that those bacteria become damaged or they increase. Now you can't get rid of the bad bacteria because that bacteria, when you die, decomposes the body. So we have to live with that. That's the point. But the balance has to be 85% to 15%. And therefore, you maintain a good immune system. And that's one of the things that we naturally look at. And we will tell the patient, look, you have digestive issues. That could lead to low levels of B12 as well, because in the stomach lining, there's something called intrinsic factor that as you age, right, as the stomach ages with you, the levels of intrinsic factor also wean. And that's why sometimes taking oral B12, a lot of people will take it, you don't see it getting into the cells. When we look at the cells under the microscope, we see a glow in the cells, meaning there's lack of B12, and that again is an issue. And most people who have compromised immune systems have, you see it in the cells, especially when you see rouleau, right? And the rouleau tends to tell you that there is issues in your digestive system. And then looking back at the white blood cells, right? You have the white blood cells being compromised, and then of course it will eventually affect the immune system, or if something serious happens, then you do not have a defense. Now when we look at, like for instance, you look at patients with cancer, every single time you look at their blood, they have poor quality, or what you call hypersegmented white blood cells. These are cells that have, they're probably ruptured. You see the white blood cells. Now you're seeing the white blood cells. I'm not saying you're not seeing them, but you're seeing the white blood cells and they're ruptured. They would have holes in them. They're compromised. So we know right away that this person's immune system is not working properly. And that could lead to many issues. And of course, all diseases start in the gut. Every single disease, whether it's high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, everything starts in your gut. It starts with your gut, because from the time there's issues in your gut, it means that your immune system becomes compromised. So that's something that we take seriously. And then we look at, it affects, of course, it can affect the circulation. It affects the amount of oxygen uptake into the cells. It affects circulation, all those things. And of course, if you don't have a defense, you cannot fight disease. That's the bottom line, you know? So from the live blood analysis, we can actually see these things happening. And it's important, as you know, to build back the good bacteria, which we do with probiotics. Now, not every and any probiotics, of course. There are a lot of probiotics. People say, why I don't take yogurt? I say, well, I tell them, well, you have to eat a swimming pool of yogurt in order to get the 30 billion bacteria that you need on a daily basis. Yes, 30 billion, an approximate amount of 30 billion. So if you're buying probiotics, just know that you need approximately 30 billion a day to maintain good immune system. And that's basically what we give the patients.
Okay.
So that they take one capsule a day, they build back the probiotics, and of course after 90 days, we will then do another assessment, and usually what we see is that the immune system is again working. All right? And when the immune system starts to work, guess what happens? All the issues that's happening in terms of disease improves. Cleaning the colon out, that's another thing. We clean the colon out. Flushing the colon is important because there's waste there, build up a waste for many years. So we always, that's one of the things that we always do, doing colonics. And of course, we're doing the colonics. You have a cleaner colon. And just remember something, every day, hydration takes place where? Water and minerals are returned from the colon where it's stored back into the bloodstream, right? So I'm going to give Dr. Thompson, let Dr. Thompson come in now and give him some time to talk.
All right. Dr. Thompson?
All right. Morning. Hope all is well.
Yeah, man. All is well, man.
Okay. Well, basically, Dr. Navarro more or less would have covered more or less the whole, sum up the whole program when it comes to gut health. Of course, there's actually so much more that you can share when it comes to gut health itself. Now, when you talk about the gut, you're not only talking about, of course, the colon, but you're also looking at the whole entire, more or less, digestive system. So, of course, digestion, of course, what we'll know, it starts in the mouth, of course, down into the throat area, into the stomach, and then, of course, into the small intestine, and then you have the large intestine that does a great work of either reabsorbing things like certain minerals, certain vitamins, also in water, into the system as well. So in other words, when you're eating to also feed those same gut bacteria that Dr. Navarro was actually speaking of earlier. And there are certain types of foods that normally feed them. All right, foods that actually contain fiber is important for the health of those microbes. And taking care of the whole system. Of course, this system is helping to supply the body, or basically not only to supply the body, but to help to work on absorbing whatever you eat. All right. As I normally tell persons that come in, you are what you absorb. Right? Because if you don't absorb it, then it gets into the toilet, and that's it. It goes out. All right, into the whole sewer system. You lost it there. So if you don't absorb it into the body, that's where the issue comes in. So you have to know how to do what we call proper food preparation, right, to actually get that done. And I think that this is where persons actually miss a lot. If it is that you don't get proper food preparation being done, that's where we'll see persons losing certain types of vitamins, minerals, in terms of vitamins, minerals, and we're also looking at some of the certain types of vegetables that can actually help. For example, things like broccoli, carrots, garlic, onions. You can actually cook those. When you cook those, it breaks down the fiber of it. And when the fiber breaks down, automatically you'll absorb some of the nutrients that's actually coming in from them even faster. All right? So we teach persons how to do that. That's why when persons come into the clinic, let's say when they do their blood analysis, when we work with them in the lifestyle program itself, where they could come in and stay with us, these are the certain types of foods that we'll be actually be using to help them. Of course, those are just some of the foods. So what I wanted to do is just give person an idea of the number that they can actually call if they want to book a little consultation with us, or if it is that they want to come in and stay and do a program where you can either stay a 2 week, 3 week, even up to a month, right? You can call the number now. That is 493-9196, 493-9196, right? You could call that number, and by God's grace, we will get back to you and give you as much information as possible. So when we talk about the gut, it's tied to your energy, your immunity, as Dr. Navarro spoke about it before. It's even tied to circulation, your skin, the brain function as well actually deals with the gut. We also even talk about persons who have issues with the colon. They tend to actually develop things like brain fog or things like memory loss actually comes along with that as well too. I have seen persons actually come into the clinic constipated, like chronically constipated person, and it's like they cannot focus at all. From the time you clean these persons' colon out and you give them that good bowel movement again, you see that persons actually start responding better, even with memory as well. So there are persons that have issues where actually, as we said, it starts within that health of the colon. So it's very important you know what actually feeds the gut. If you don't know what to feed those microbes, then they're not going to do a wonderful job for you of protecting you from so many diseases that we can actually think about. The gut also is not inside only, but it's also outward as well, right? Of what is skin itself, Dr. Navarro would have mentioned that. So even if you have bacteria on the skin, that also helps with full protection as well. So it's so much that we can talk about, but I know we're out of time, so I just want to share the number again. That is 493-9196, 493-9196. And persons can call that number. You can WhatsApp that number to get on to us. Of course, we're open from Monday to Thursday, and that is from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All right, so I hope that persons would have enjoyed this program. We can actually have a part 2 of it because there's more to actually share on that as well.
A lot more to share. And what we could do is actually tell the persons how to go about getting good health. What they eat is important, you know. All the foods that they eat is important because a lot of the foods, processed and refined foods, that destroy the probiotics in the gut. And of course, a lot of people don't know that 85% of the absorption takes place in the small intestine, which is the stomach, and then 15% takes place in the gut. So we have to look at those two factors. The refined processed foods, the beverages. Of course, a lot of people love coffee. Coffee in the morning stimulates you, but of course, it also causes damage to the body and to the nervous system, and of course to the heart eventually.
Okay.
So, right?
All right. Nice, man. Well, guys, valuable information, and of course, we know the gut is that's where the immune system is. So, healthy gut, healthy immune system. So, thanks a lot, and next week we do this all over again, man. See you guys next week.
Yeah. Yes. Hopefully, you're giving your diplomatic passport by then.
Hopefully, man. I go fill out the application.
Yeah.
All right, man. So that is Dr. Navarro and Dr. Thompson on the Inside Edenites, of course, joining us. And we want to thank them, of course, for the conversation and the information. We're going to take the final break. When we come back, we got some birthdays to get to, and then we're out of here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Let's get it started.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bartel Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
All right. right, people, so we're back, and we just have a few birthdays and an anniversary to acknowledge. And a SCA congratulations, actually, that's where we'll start. So as we prepare to get into that, Mr. Reese staff and viewers. Well, first off, Mr. Reese boy, I always say Mr. Reese used to be my father. I would prefer to be called Stefan. But nevertheless, congratulations to Akil on passing his SCA and earning his first choice, Astra Boys College in San Fernando. Wishing you every success as you begin this exciting new chapter. May Allah bless you with continued excellence and happiness. Mubarak, with love, all your fans at home. All right, thanks a lot, man. And well, with love from all your fans at home, if that is for me. And congratulations to Akil, who passed his SCA for his first choice, man. All right. Also, wishing Ryan a belated birthday greeting. May God bless you with good health, happiness, long life, and continued prosperity from the entire Ali's family with love. Is that Ryan Beshu? That is amen? That looking like amen? Ryan Beshu. All right, nice man. He's a July man. All right. Yeah, you know who birthday was this month, boy? Watson, boy. I now remember Watson birthday was the 1st of July, you know? Yeah. Thursday she'll be on. We wish her a belated birthday greeting. Good morning. Would like to wish my son Khalil a happy 7th birthday on Saturday, the 4th of July. Coming from his mom and dad and 2 sisters. We know you had a fantastic day with lots of love. So happy belated birthday going out to Khalil, 7th birthday man on 4th of July. And finally, we'd like to say happy 18th wedding anniversary to Randy Raj and Anne-Marie. They celebrated their anniversary on the 3rd of July. This is from their children, Rebecca and Andre from Faizabad. And with that, we got to wrap things up for today, people. I went 28 minutes over, boy. All right, so we wrap things up for today. Tomorrow, we have a guest in studio by the name of Mark Gomes. Now, his uncle was Larry Gomes, the cricketer. But Mark is coming to speak on another issue as it relates to the company that he is attached to and wonderful things that they are doing in terms of foreign exchange and bringing foreign exchange earnings to Trinidad and Tobago. We will speak to him on that. So to my boy Unity who wanted to know about the economy, we have all of that coming, don't worry now, man. Right? So we will talk about that tomorrow because they're doing some terrific things there. And there was actually an article featured on him as the sales manager for that company and what they've been doing. But we will discuss that with him tomorrow at 7 o'clock before Setwayo aboard. So look out for that. That's going to be very, very, very interesting. Until tomorrow, people, congratulations to England. They said coming home. Gary, we'll see. I did say this is England's World Cup to lose. And after that performance last night, surviving the Azteca, playing with 10 men, it might be coming home and true. But they'll have to get past Norway. Today, Portugal will play Spain at 3 p.m. And then you have the game later on tonight. Let me just give them that game. You can go and view the games at All Out. All Out have all the games showing people. That's now. Let me just get this second game. The second game, United States will take on Belgium at 8 p.m. That should be very interesting. We had a clip to run on that, you know, with the player from the States. His red card was reviewed, and he will be allowed to play. But we ain't had time to get into all that drama today. We'll see how it goes if it benefits the United States later against Belgium. But until then, well, we will see what the football brings. But enjoy the rest of your day. It's a wet one. Be careful on the road. We are out. Until tomorrow. Goodbye.